Hello, and we back for some more gaming. Wanted to get into some more because Halo 2 was just an amazing experience. It was such an amazing experience. I was like, I've got to find something else. I've got to find some comfort food. And that comfort food is a game that I've been playing a little bit recently called Mafia Definitive Edition. Now, Mafia is a video game series, basically like Grand Theft Auto. It's essentially like a clone of that, if you would. Probably copying GTA 3, I would imagine. Let's have a little quick look at that. Pardon me. Where do I want to go? Over here. Over to there. And see, look at the basic questions he's asking. How do you save? Definitive Edition. This is like a remastered version of it. 2002. There we go. Yep. And then when did GTA 3 come out? 2001. Yeah, so like the year after. They might have been getting made around the same time, but it definitely was sort of... It could just be coincidental, but it definitely seems... Because you think, did they start making it the year before? Especially if GTA 3 only came out in October 22nd, 2001. It's like, well, like they made it in less than a year or the space of a year. Maybe, but I doubt it, you know. Probably took a smidge longer than that. Video games used to take shorter amounts of time, but I doubt a game like this was made that quickly. Maybe, you never know, but I'd be surprised. Like, let's actually look that up. Mafia 1, like the original. Yeah, here's the first one. 2002. I played the second one back in the day. I remember playing that. Development, that's what we want. You see, the game had been in development since the end of 1998. Yeah, Driver. Yeah, so they're all copying Driver, you know, which GTA was obviously its own thing, but it was a very different camera style, the original Grand Theft Auto, and then they were obviously switching over to a different kind of feed. So they're all kind of influencing each other in one way or another. I'd give Saints Row, that video game series, credit for influencing Grand Theft Auto's wanted system after GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, because they had a very particular type of wanted system where the cops would basically just keep coming for you and they knew where you were, no matter if you're hiding somewhere, like they just know you're there. And GTA 4 and 5 added in this new type of system where they sort of, had to, if you lost track of the sight of them, they'd have to, hang on, he's over here somewhere, we think, but we're not 100% sure. They made it a bit more realistic, which is a thing one of the things no one's mentioned about GTA 6 that I'm curious to see is what's the wanted system in that like? Because GTA 5 came out like 11 years ago from this year, 2024, and it's going to be, it's coming out, I think, next year, 2025, I believe. So, that's 12 years after the last game. So it's like there's going to be a new graphics engine, new type of graphics. The way GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas were like one section of games engine, 4 and 5 were another, and then now we're into like a third iteration of GTA. Still the same third-person type of stuff, first and third-person type of stuff, or now first-person ever since GTA 5 got upgraded back in the day. But like a couple of years after it came out, they added that in. But it was, it's a long time ago now. And yeah, now we're into like a third sort of generation of GTA games. So, but there won't be one for a long time after 6 though, because there's the whole multiplayer aspect of it that slowed it down in terms of the releasing of newer games. So you'll just see GTA 6 but they are apparently going to add stuff onto GTA 6, like the map is actually going to get expanded, which is something I thought they would do with GTA 5. So they're all feeding into each other, and Mafia is another one that has been adjacent and around, and I don't know if I'd necessarily say Mafia's influenced Grand Theft Auto necessarily, because Mafia has some unique aspects in it, like there's an actual speed limit. If you go over the speed limit, the cops will come after you for that. But it did have a better wanted system than Grand Theft Auto, which is that thing of if you're out of sight of them, they're like, hang on, where is he? And then they start looking around. And GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas didn't quite have that. And this game seems to have it. But I'm only playing the definitive edition, so I'd assume the original has it as well. I think it does, because I only ever played a demo of it years ago, like in the early, like when it came out sort of thing. I had a demo disc back when those were a thing, demo discs for PC. And so, yeah, like that was, an advantage that it had. But Grand Theft Auto definitely didn't seem to copy it. Like, that's why I tended to give Saints Row more credit, because Mafia just seemed to be off on its own. Whereas it seemed like GTA and Saints Row were a bit more aware of each other. I might be wrong, but it definitely, just the timing of it. Because if they were going to add that wanted system in, it would have come along in Vice City or San Andreas, but they didn't add it in until GTA 4, which came out in 2008. And then the first Saints Row game came out in, what year was it? 2006, yeah. So I would definitely attribute Saints Row to sort of probably maybe influencing the changing of GTA's wanted system. But you never know. But like, I would just, given when it happened, is why I think that. But anyway, I am playing the definitive edition. I was going to say remastered, same thing, of the original Mafia, which takes place in across the 1930s. I think the second one was in the second one starts off, I think you do like a mission in like World War II, because your character is actually like a soldier, whereas your character in this one just starts off as a taxi driver. So he's not inherently like living a life of violence or anything, and then goes into Mafia violence world. He's actually living a regular life and then becomes a Mafia person. But, yeah, and then the second one I think is like in the 40s, or starts off in like 45, which is the end of World War II. 44, 45 sort of thing. I know 45 is when the war ended, but there's a mission that's sort of right near the end of the war or around it somewhere. And then you kind of cut into the 40s, and it might have gone into the 50s maybe, the second one. And then I think the third one, which I haven't really played, I played a little bit of, but I haven't fully gotten into it yet. That I think is in the 60s. You see, from 45 to 51 is the second one. And then Mafia 3, which is also probably like the second of these like kind of open world, crime GTA type games where you actually play as a black guy. Like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Mafia 3 are like the only ones where like that's happened thus far. Not saying you need more or whatever, it's just like interesting. You're always kind of just a white guy, but you can be whoever really. It's just, it's just interesting. In 1968, follows former criminal and Vietnam veteran Lincoln Clay, who was forced to return to a life of crime to help his adoptive family settle problems with the local branch of the Mafia. Yeah, so in 68, so that might go into the 70s maybe. Does that end? Does that go through a number of years, or is it all in 68? Seems like it's basically in 68. It doesn't mention any time changes until there in 1971. President Kennedy's death. Oh, okay, so it gets into some big stuff. Interesting. But we're on the original one, the remastered version of the original, back in the 1930s, and it's a pretty fun game. The only thing I have to say about it though is the melee combat. The melee combat is just atrocious the way that they do it. Like, the rest of the game is amazing, but then there's just this one part of it that's atrocious. Unlike those Halo remastered games where pretty much most of it is dog shit and it's only the graphics that are really good. Mafia is pretty much a really, really good game. Like, I give it an amazing review, and it's just the melee combat that's the crap side of it. But melee combat isn't even that big of a part of it. Most of the combat is like, the melee combat's really just generally forced certain areas where they make you do that. You could do it if you want whenever, but there's only certain points where you really have to do it at all. Otherwise, you just shoot people, or you're just driving away from the cops. But it's got a lot of good handling and graphics and everything about it, so I've been getting into that a little bit. I've got a good chunk of missions through. I think it starts off in 1930, it ends in 1938, where there's sort of scenes that they keep cutting forwards to that are in 1938, where he's looking back on his life of crime. So his life of crime only seems to happen during the 30s. And yeah, I'm into like, it jumps after a certain amount of time in 1930, once he gets into the Mafia it jumps ahead to sort of 1932, which is where I'm at the moment. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's play some Mafia. I want to have some fun. It's the boys bring some noise. Oh, good God, look at that. I like that image. I like that Halo 2 image. The only downside is I couldn't find something that I can play the original Halo 2 on, that I can get access to it on, so it's really annoying, that is. Only the worst version of the game seems to be available at the moment. But fear not, we will move on from that. At least I got to play it back in the day. You know, I clocked all 3 of the first Halos. I owned the first one, though, so I played that one a lot, and then I hired out like the second and third. So I played them at least once. I think I might have played each of those maybe twice. I definitely clocked through them, but I feel like I might have played through them a couple of times. So I got to have a good go with them. But here we are now with Mafia. Here we go. Just got to wait for it to go through it. So you open up Steam, and then you got to access the game through that, and then the game opens up its own portal. It's something that does annoy me. It's not a huge detour in this game, but it's like, why have you got your own portal thing? What's the point of Steam? Ugh. It's like I try click it, and it says press enter to start. It's like, but the amount of times it'll let you click it, you know. But it's like, what do we tell you? We said press enter, idiot. Continue. 10, 9, 8, 7. Before I go too much further, as always, I've got to share it on the Twitters, on the X's. Here we go. Take your best girl out for a malted shake. Put your arm around her in the front seat of the car. Oh, some very epic music there. Is it capturing it? No, it's not. I told it to, but it's not doing it. Because it just wants to be difficult. Oh my god, this. Oh, I swear, every single time I go into this, it's like got to give me some sort of crap, eh? I swear to cripes, man. I don't know what it is, eh? It's just like it has to be difficult. Hey, yeah, we want to like provide this software to like allow people to stream online, but we're going to make it as difficult as possible to do so. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, no, it's not doing it. I didn't think it was. I'm pretty sure it's not. Let me just double check that. I'm like, no, it's not doing nothing. Oh. Oh, and then they tell you, yeah, just activate desktop audio. It's like it's not even on there. That's why. Make sure the audio source is not muted in the mixer on Streamlabs desktop. Nope, nothing's muted. Everything's activated. It just keeps wanting to be a pain in my arsehole. Realtek HD Audio Manager. I love how just everything they tell you just isn't even there to do. It's just like, yeah, change this or do that. It's like, it's not even there. Manually select the desktop audio device and audio settings. You use as default device on Windows Sound. Do not set it to... What does that even mean? Just a bunch of mumble jumble. Alternatively, you can set it to disabled and add in the scene you want desktop audio and audio output capture and select the device that is set as default device in Windows Sound. Yeah, that's what I thought audio capture, output capture was. I swear one day it'll do one thing, then the next day it has different property values, and it's like, what's going on here? What is going on here? Let's try this out. It just doesn't want to recognize. This is one of the problems. It's like they have a gaming capture option, and so many games that I try to play, it just doesn't recognize them as being a game that's open. And it's like, What the hell is going on? Like, who is responsible for this crap software? There we go. So that should be it now.
Thanks for waiting, Tom. The Don and I had to go over last month's numbers again.
Sure. So what's the job?
I want you to help Sam and Paulie with the shipment we've got coming in tonight.
Good stuff.
Straight from Canada.
Where do you need me?
Sam's going to meet our friends from the north at a farm outside of town. Paulie will oversee the trucks bringing the shipment into the city. But I want you to go with him. Be an extra pair of eyes. Make sure it all goes smoothly.
Okay.
Oh, one day it does
Get
one
the
thing,
car from
another day it
Ralphie.
does another.
Meet Paulie at the warehouse. He's got
But
heat
we're
just
in.
case you
We're
run
doing
into any trouble.
Sure, Frank. No problem.
Good. Now bring the Canadian home safe, Tommy.
We got there eventually, didn't
There is
we?
already a
Didn't we,
case
boys and girls?
marked for the Don.
Motor's yours.
This-
If you want it, Tommy.
The
Thanks,
stuttering
Ralph.
mechanic, a very
Working
sort of-
late, Ralphie?
I says to sleep when Frank sleeps. Man, he's been working us hard.
Morello's taking bites out of business everywhere else, Ralph.
So this is a remastered
Ready
version of
for
a
we
game
shine.
that came out in the year
Gotta stay ahead
2002.
someplace.
So this is like,
Ah, well,
obviously it didn't come
I
out this
just
year,
fixed
but it
the
only came
cars
out not
in
long, I
town.
think not long, too long ago,
I
really.
changed the plates again.
So it's like a pretty
You can't
good
be too
like
careful.
quality of life update to it.
See you in the morning.
Okay.
The stuttering mechanic is a very interesting choice of mechanic, like character for a mechanic, because I've seen a stuttering mechanic before in Mad Max 1. Just so it's interesting, you know. Not to say you can't be the only one ever, but it's just like, that's a very specific sort of trait to give you that type of character, you know?
Radio now brings you a special weather report. The heavens have opened, folks, and we're experiencing some adverse effects across the municipal area.
I love the handling of the cars in this game. It feels very realistic, but at the same time, not too realistic that it spoils it. Because I've played games that get too realistic in the past with the racing, the driving, and it just like, it's like, this isn't fun anymore.
The number of traffic accidents attributed to the downpour, with fender benders occurring in Oakwood and
You can even do like manual gears in this game if you want, which I'm not doing because that's just far too much effort. Never not driving manual in real life, why would I drive it in a video game? Yeah, idiots go, oh, I'd get manual. Like, why? What's your argument for it? Oh, because what? Oh, so you don't have a reason. Oh, just do it. Be the same. Nah. Seems like an automatic car is easier. Means I have to do less. I like driving the car. I don't want it to be driverless. But I don't know why I need to do those things. It's like, just do it cause. Like, there's never any argument for why. It's just wank factor, just, So, yeah, you're just an idiot that didn't think of this like I did. And now you're trying to defend your stupid position. That's all you're doing.
Scheduled to arrive into that airport have been canceled or diverted elsewhere. Now, as bad as that may sound, the latest report from the weather service that I've just been handed states that although the rain is heavy at this moment,
The rain is heavy at this moment. Godzilla attacks. Oh no, Godzilla doesn't exist yet. Take that back.
seem like it will be anything like
What's going on there?
1927.
Car crash. Interesting. That's obviously a rigged event. That does. I don't think that just randomly happens in the game world. Maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised. That'll be like a thing that's added in.
Let me reiterate that the law
If you see down there in the bottom corner, where on the speedometer, there's that little red,
this time.
you know, bit just over 40. If this car goes over 45 miles an hour, if it goes under, I should say under 45 miles an hour,
That's all for now.
that'd be an interesting inversion of the movie Speed, is that they've got to stay inside of a vehicle that is only allowed to go a certain speed, and if they go over it, the car explodes. But they've got people chasing them, but they're only able to go at a certain speed, so they've got to be clever, you know? That'd be an interesting, just, you know, like, if you were to revisit that concept, like, what are we really going to do? And it's like, well, what if you just inverse it? And instead of not being able to go under 55 miles an hour, you're not allowed to go over it. But you've got forces pursuing you. Like, what if you're a bank robber, you know, you robbed a bank, and then a totally separate person brings you into this trap and now plays a game with you, like a Jigsaw but speed villain. I feel like I'm giving away a great movie idea there, sort of. Jan de Bont can come back and direct that one. Speed 3. Just going over the speed limit. Normally in this game I've been trying to stick to the speed limit, but more and more I'm just going, you know what, stuff it. I'm only sort of trying to stick to it because it's being imposed upon me. But if you get away from the cops, then there's no penalty. It's not like Need for Speed Most Wanted where you build up a bounty on a car and then if you get away from them, they still have that bounty attached to that car. So once they find you again, and you don't even need, in Need for Speed Most Wanted, it's not even about you doing anything wrong in front of them. It's just if they see you, they'll come after you, basically. And so, you know, stuff it. Why not? Treat yourself.
Come on, Tom! Hey! Watch it, pal. Just dry it out.
Sorry. You know this place?
Yeah. We've done a few pickups at the farm before. Don't worry.
A couple of trucks.
There ain't nothing but cow shit and shine out here. It's gonna be an easy few clams.
Oh yeah, what's the bet? It'll be another
We'll
shootout.
Load up the trucks. We'll come straight back.
Yeah, let's make it quick. I got someplace to be.
You see it, Sarah, later. Luigi's little girl, your night shift. You're something else, pal. Protecting the girl's virginity one day and taking it the next.
Lay off, Polly.
Ah, come on. I'm just kidding. She's a good girl. You settle down, she'll straighten you right out. I'm going home to a couch. Now, I wonder what kind of stories she could tell about her old man, though. Luigi was a stone-cold killer back in the day.
I wouldn't know.
You know she's been helping out behind the bar since she was a kid. I bet she's seen and heard a few things. Probably knows more about our business than we do.
She knows enough not to ask me too many questions.
That's good. She won't ever make a liar out of you. Christ. You ought to marry her just for that.
Interesting how he said that about what does she
Damn
know?
it.
Because it was a girl that he helped escape in like the
Sam should
mission
be waiting
prior,
here, but I
who
don't see him.
was the girlfriend of a mafia guy.
Something smells off.
Was it this? I think it might have been the same
Don't
guy.
let your pecker get all shriveled
That was a
up.
different guy, I think. Sam. I think
I was
was his
just
name.
trying to get out of the rain. Or into the bootleg. That'll wake him.
Wait for the shit to start.
He ain't coming.
Okay. Let's go find them. That bastard is just 3 sheets, and I'm wrecking a new suit for nothing. I swear.
Hang on a quick second. Before we proceed, just going to quickly check something out.
I'm gonna kill him. Here. Just in case Frank was right. I'm gonna go grab them boys, get them sorted out. You go ahead, see what's what. We'll catch up with you.
waiting here tonight.
1 quarter out of work. Government report shows no end to slowdown. Measures to date have failed to halt economic slide. Unemployment stands at 25%. Farm foreclosures are at a 2-year high as smallholders battle the combined threat of financial hardship and the dust storms choking the high plains. In response, the president proposes new legislation to stabilize the banking system. February 2nd, 1933. Oh God, why am I getting all these emails? Go away. Go away. Get away from me now. Do it. Some very nice like graphics and lighting effects in this game.
This don't feel right.
No, this is not right. There's definitely something going on here. I can feel it in my bones. Missing farmer found dead. Ooh, Lost Heaven. That's the city I think that we're at. Lost Heaven, Illinois. June 17th. Harry Smith, missing for 2 months, was confirmed dead today by the Lost Heaven County Coroner Office. A fruitless search led by the farmer's father and neighbors ended several weeks ago. The grisly discovery of the body was made by local children looking for edible mushrooms and berries in woodland local to Copp's Farm. The death is not being treated as suspicious due to how Mr. Smith's body was found, hanging by the neck. He is survived by his elderly father. Oh, he was hanging by the neck. Oh, yeah, because anytime someone's hanging, it's always them that does it, that's done it to themselves. No one ever kills... Oh, what's that?
What kind of guy shoots a dog?
Yeah, hey. Piece of crap.
Place is derelict.
Why is it still pointing at that over there? Oh, here.
Keep this place in check. Don't even pretend to farm, though.
People over there?
Where the hell are you hiding?
Oh, no. Thought it was people. It's just a couple of moonshine bottles, I think, in front of it. Just the silhouette gives it a particular look. Shotgun and a bunch of handguns. That's not necessarily a good sign, not necessarily a bad sign, because that could just be the farmers. But, you know, some bad guys are going to pop out. It's like, where are they going to? I bet you they'll, you know, where are they going to pop out from?
Hey, buddy.
He's dead. Ugh.
Jesus.
Drop your weapon. You first. We don't have time for this. Sorry, pal. Guess we're doing this the hard way.
Okay, then.
Ah,
Get
bam.
over here! I got him pinned down!
Drop you off the bridge.
Plenty to go around. Oh, can I not pick up the guns and stuff? Get him. I thought I'd better pick that ammo up. Canuck cousins meet at usual place. Uncle is happy that gift is on way. Canadian telegram.
This was a setup.
Oh, it's not just any telegram, it's a Canadian telegram. From Canada. Yes, that's usually where those telegrams come from. There's my guy just sitting back there doing nothing. Like, oh, I don't hear any of it. Oh, but he's got the shotgun in his hand again, yeah. I didn't think that part out.
It's me, Tom.
Polly, what took you so long?
Looking for Sammy. Did you find him?
Not yet. Just him.
Did he happen to just take so long, or is he up to something? Let's find out.
The rest of the face down in the dirt too.
That'll teach him to come down south of the border, down America way. Down Harishi Mays. Hi, Billy Mays here.
Oh, Christ.
Oh.
They're cops, Tommy.
Uh-oh. Whoopsie doopsies.
How would I know? They didn't show a badge.
Spaghetti.
Didn't say anything.
They must be in Morello's pocket.
Dirty thieving bastards. That's what they are.
This bastard. He can't even let us have this one racket. Forget about it, Tom. We gotta find Sam and get out of here.
Yeah, Sam, that was the guy I was talking about, who he had a girl that people were saying, oh, she knows like too much or some stuff, and she'd been talking a bit. And our character, the main character, had like had to help her get away.
Fuck.
Or like she was supposed to kill her, but he let her escape. Just told her like leave town, don't ever come back here. Let's walk. 4 of us all together like the Wild Bunch. Make a big song and dance. Oh, that sounds like some scary noise.
Okay, we search the farm, find Sam.
Search the farm, we find Sam. That Chicago accent. He's from Chicago. Oh, did I hear a dog barking? Anything in here? Nein, there is nothing unter here. Just a lot of empty space. Oh yeah, do you wanna, yeah, well you just, I tried to like be tactical there and it just made it as difficult as possible. Jeepers. Few bodies.
Looks like we found the Canadians.
Jeepers.
See Sam
Oh, there's
in
another guy in there.
No.
Someone's round the corner. Molotovs.
Poor bastards.
Make sure you stock up on Molotovs. Can't have enough of those. Who's that? Joseph Tremblay. Profession, bottler. Place of birth, Winnipeg, Canada. Date of birth, 6th of October, 1899. Color of eyes, grey. Color of hair, red. Oh, he's a ginger. He's a ginger ninja. Hiding in the barn. Well, the ginger ninja was discovered. His red hair gave him away. Not good for hiding. We hit pay dirt. Someone's talking. Someone's talking somewhere. Where are they? Are they in here? Fuck it. I'm just gonna cut through. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god. Luckily there's some health here. Where does it say it is? It's over here somewhere. It says it's in that room, I think. It's like Max Payne. Got to get the painkillers. George, I have it on good authority that Salieri's whiskey handover is tonight. This is one of the note. Our mutual friend wants this line of Canadian booze coming into the city shut down. I want you and your men at the farm we discussed by 9 p.m. Wait through the night and tell the boys it's fine if things get rough. They can take some hooch home to thank them for coming so far south. Good hunting.
Yeah, border cops doing Morello's dirty work.
Border cops. Previously on 1930s Border Patrol. This shotgun's only got 2 rounds. What's that got? Well, let's swap it out for that Tommy gun. How do you throw the Molotovs? I actually haven't even tried that out. If I'm being honest. Weapons. F for sniper scope. See, that's an odd one. Just like the melee, that's a little bit of an odd thing. And I tried changing the buttons around to like better options, and then like when you're in this melee fight, it literally glitches the melee fight so you can't win it when you've changed the controls. It's just the weirdest thing. It just behaves differently. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in a game. Where it's like, why is me changing the controls affecting it? Okily dokily, let's diddly doodly. Fire, reload, holster, hold breath. Oh, that'll be for like aiming down the thing. Oh, middle mouse is to switch the aim shoulder. I was wondering that because some games only let you do it when you go up against a wall, and I thought this game was applying those rules, but it actually has one of those buttons. That option, cool. Where's the throw? Doesn't even tell me. But it clearly seems to have its own different thing, like it's a grenade style weapon, where you know you have your weapon and then you can throw that separately. So how do you does that? I'm not even seeing a fire, reload, aim equipment. Oh, it'll be that, I bet. Yeah, aim equipment. It's just weird the way they've pronounced it, written it. That'll be it though. If there are guys in this building as well, you'd think that barn over there, Tom. You'd think they would hear. He did, yep. He sure is. He died from a thing called murder. Oh. Got a full dose of Tommy gun rounds. Is that the guy? Yeah, that's what's his name.
Come on, fellas! Push through!
was hoping to get more ammo from there, but nope, that's not happening. Let me just stop. I just stopped the gun battle. I have to read a note first. Following the seizure of Cops Farm and the foreclosure of the business of J. Smith and Son by the Grand Imperial Bank, Lost Heaven assets will be sold at public auction Tuesday, 1st of August, 1932. Stick to the wall.
Thank Christ. We gotta get to him.
You boys stay here and watch our backs. Plug anyone who gets within 100 yards. Except us.
Who goes there? Bet he's still alive,
Sammy.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus, what have they done to you?
We just got shot. It wasn't like he got tortured, he just got shot.
Christ, that's a lot of blood.
I mean, he might die from it.
Can
but
you
like,
walk? No, I don't think so. Okay, just hang on. I'll go get the truck, then we'll take you to the doctor. Hey, you're gonna make it, Sam. Tommy, you stay here with him. I'll be back in a flash.
He probably dies.
Okay.
Fuck!
Hey, it'll be okay, Sam. We've survived worse.
Sure we have.
You think more guys are coming? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I knew I'm gonna have to like protect him, aren't I? I could just see that coming.
Where'd all these guys come from? Take him down, Tom! Moving to cover! All right, I'm reloading. Thank Christ. Come on, Tom, finish him. Now you're done. Out over here. Blow him the hell. Get up around him. Don't let him near. Gotta reload. Count me out, Tom. I'm hurting over here. Jesus, this hurts. Jesus Christ! Ugh. Where's the goddamn truck?
What's he doing? What are you gonna do to him? You should just
we
look
got
at him.
cops.
You'll never take me alive, coppers! Boom! Woo! Things that make you go, oh! Get that stuff. Get it. Come on, coppers! Give you a full belly of lead. While I go home and eat a chicken sandwich. You'll be eating a lead salad.
Oh, Christ. Tony and Donnie, too?
Yeah.
Tony and Donnie and all the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What a fucking massacre.
How's Sam?
Well, he ain't any worse.
I'll go get him. Keep an eye out.
I get the impression he's involved somehow. I don't know why. I just get the impression he is. I bet you we get chased or something.
I gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Killing a lot of cops though.
We're gonna get you all patched up.
This would be pretty huge if this happened in real life. Oh, there we go. Coming. Oh, is that armored? Holy hell.
Polly?
It's got a
We got
turret
more
on it.
company.
Good God.
All right, get in.
That's pretty serious for them to think they needed that here.
I'm right here, Sam.
Why would they think they need all of this
Ammo,
equipment?
and a Thompson back there somewhere.
How am I going to penetrate
They're
that
rolling
thing?
behind you. Blast them down. Just don't let them get past us.
Okay, so I'm the gunner. Here we go.
That thing back there is huge! Where the hell did they find that truck? Okay, one down.
Take them out, Tom. Let them have it. You like that, you bastards!
Good night, asshole!
Yeah, he's gone.
Look at this health bar. Is that? Oh, that's that at our health bar, is it? Okay.
Oh shit!
Polly?
They're getting close.
Fuck.
Polly, faster!
My pedal is to the metal. Did we lose him?
2 squad cars on us! These guys keep on coming!
Get them both down. Where are they coming from? You like that, you bastard! Yeah, he's gone!
There is an army of them, man. Someone more coming up. At this turn here. Oh, piss off. I was going to say, like, no, you didn't get past it, but that's just a cutscene. It's meant to happen. Oh. I'm a little stuck.
Sam, you okay?
Oh, he's got stuff falling on him. Good God. There'll be that truck coming.
Polly, we need to go now!
That thing's gonna...
Polly, we got...
Shit. Oh. Oh, I've got us moving. That's good. Here we go. On the road again. Yeah, baby, I'm on the road again. I reckon that Sam guy dies. I'd be very surprised if he makes it. I'm surprised he's honestly still alive. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at... Welcome to the bad timing. Bad timing or what?
Shit! Shoot out their gun when there's a break in the fire! They're reloaded! Now! Shoot the gun!
Oh!
Shoot now while we got the chance! Now, Tommy! While they reload!
Fuck's sakes. Mate, they do not make that easy, and I bet you I've got to like go all the way back. I bet you. I'm probably some miles back.
Shoot out their gun when there's a break in the fire!
Oh no, I'm right there.
Now! Shoot the gun!
Mate.
Now while we got the chance!
I am shooting a fucking thing.
Shoot now!
Oh my god. It's not the easiest thing to hit, man. Just the swerving around and crap.
Shoot out their gun when there's a break in the fire! Shoot now while we got the chance! Now! Shoot the gun! Now, Tommy, while they reload!
Yes! Got it.
Take out the
pretty
windshield
armored thing.
armor, Tom! I got an idea! The windshield!
Yeah, I am shooting at the windshield. What do you think I'm doing, Becky?
Tommy!
Throw a Molotov. Yeah.
The windshield! For Christ's sakes, Tom! Go for the windshield! Burn him! Set him alight, Tom!
Oh!
Paulie, we gotta lose him!
Oh. Bit over the top for like a Mafia 1930s thing. Especially like, why did they know they would need that vehicle? That seems like something that would need if there was quite an escalation. Which there was, but like, how would they know it's going to, you know, a video game?
Okay, we're here, Tom. You get Sam out. I'm gonna go wake up the doc.
Sam, Sam. We made it.
Whoop.
We're at the doctor's house.
Still moving, but he seems...
I owe you.
He's near the end of it. Boy, Sammy's not looking too good.
Paulie, what the hell are you doing here so late?
Evening, Doc. Sorry to wake you, but we had a little accident. We got an injured man out here.
All right, bring him inside.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Late night bullet
stay
extraction.
with Sam.
Extraction.
you can take the truck back. Call it a night.
No, I'll wait.
The doc's already got his hands full. No sense in both of us breathing down his neck.
Go on, Tom. I'm gonna be fine. Okay.
Hey, you did good tonight.
Yeah, fucking know I did. Killed an army of cops, and I think it was all cops, wasn't it? I don't think any of them were like regular people. I mean, those guys might have just been regular cops. The first people were definitely, I think, the border cops, but I don't know if they were all working together, but they were definitely... For the those cops to show up then, they must be. Otherwise, how would they know that's going on out there? Who's calling in the 5-0? The penny pigeons. Drive to Sarah's apartment.
fireside presidential address delivered earlier this year on the topic of the National Recovery Administration. This is part of our series looking back over the
We must fight the communist menace.
inauguration. While we are making this
Communists
leap
are trying to take over Washington.
there should be no discord.
Our boy Roosevelt won't allow that to happen, will ya, Theodore?
This is no time to
Or Franklin, whichever one you are.
or to question the standards
Birds of a
set
feather.
by this universal agreement. It is time for patience and understanding and cooperation. The workers of this country have rights under this law which cannot be taken from them, and nobody will be permitted to whittle them away. But, on the other hand, no
But you can do that. I just put on the speed limiter, so if you look at the accelerometer, the speedometer, you can see there's now a red, the majority of it's red, so it literally won't let my speed go over that.
that applies to the employers.
Because there's some cars which are quite easy, like there's a 1960s car that they just randomly give you as a bonus in this version of the game, and it's like it goes really fast, so it's hard to actually keep it under the speed limit. It's a great car, but it goes a lot quicker than all these 30s cars, so it's easy to go over the limit. But then when you drive that car with the speed, get the fuck out of the way. Where are you going, dickhead?
Pull themselves out of this depression. I answer,
Stuff off.
they will if they want.
Fucking tourist.
The essence of the plan is a universal limitation of hours of work per week for any individual by common consent, and a universal payment of wages above the minimum, also by common consent. My friends, I cannot guarantee the success of this nationwide plan, but the people of this country can guarantee its success.
Feel like I'm trying to chase down King Kong.
In cure-alls, but I believe that we can greatly influence economic forces. I have no sympathy with the professional economists who insist that things must run their course and that human agencies can have no influence on economic use. One reason is that I happen to know that professional economists have changed their definition of economic laws every 5 or 10 years for a very long time. But I do
Churchill and his boys over in Britain are trying to cause a fuss.
in the strength of common purpose
But if war breaks out, he might be the best bet we've got.
of unified action taken by the American people. The president there speaking earlier this year on the National Recovery Administration.
WLH 570 Lost Heaven Radio brings you modern music and news bulletins throughout the day. Thank you for listening.
Get that shit out of me.
In need of refreshment, a boost, or a pick-me-up? Then there should be only one name on your list. Swift
Get the fuck out of the way, dickhead.
Taste sensation.
Where are you going?
You're in need of a lift.
To the fucking cemetery? That's where I'm gonna take you. Oh shit, the fucking cops are after me now because of that fucking moron.
We need help. Collision in Little Italy.
Oh my
Available
God.
officers, please respond.
Fuck's sakes. Hopefully they don't find me. I should grab that one. When the heat dies down, when the fuzz. They don't say fuzz. That's British. It's flashing. It's flashing.
All cars, pursuit is called off. Abandon search and return to patrols.
Black Mask. Superheroes. Dime store dames. Dick Dastardly and the woman tied to the train tracks. Old school villain. Wearing a top hat. Made out of paper mache. What are you on about? What are you waffling about, mate? What are you talking about?
You're late. Dinner's cold.
You're late. Dinner's called. Oh, wow. Yeah, sorry. Look at her. You didn't even say a word.
Work.
He seems a bit shell-shocked. He had that another time when he saw the first time he saw I think someone get shot or whatever, or kind of an injured person get killed, like executed. So he'd killed some people, but like there was a person who was like executed, you know, like got executed in front of him when they were like, "Oh, don't kill me, don't kill me." So he's having these moments of where he's getting weathered, to, you know, and more affected by this, which is an interesting touch, like the reality of this character sinking into this life. And this woman is the daughter of Luigi. Sarah is her name. She's the daughter of Luigi, who's the
Marry me.
like the bar, the guy that runs the bar, where the Mafia seem to hang out and be around. And where the backyard is where you get you hide your cars and grab your weapons for the job you might be doing. A trip to the country. Omerta, 1933. So this is a year later. Omerta. Omerta. I think it's Omerta. But it's all the pronunciation.
I came as soon as I got your message.
Sit down, Tom. We have a mole, Tom.
No.
Paulie?
Oh.
Is it Paulie?
I was up all night driving myself nuts trying to figure it out. I started thinking maybe it's one of our guys. We aren't paying his fair share. Someone with a light wallet. Maybe looking to Morello for a new suit. Frank wasn't around, so I went to the safe to get the account books. To see who's getting cents on the dollar he's earned.
Is it Frank?
What do you know?
The books are gone, Tom.
Frank.
More than 50 years I've known him. Everything I have, I got with Frank.
50 years. Shit.
And every buck we've earned, every dime we've paid out, it's all logged in those books. Frank hands those over to the feds, we're finished.
Frank respects one person in this whole town, and that's you. This has got to be some kind of misunderstanding.
I've been calling him all day. I went by his place. He's gone. His wife and kid are gone.
Shit. Frank's done a runner. You won't be saying welcome back, Frank.
I don't know. I'm sure he has his reasons. Maybe he's still smarting over the dog.
What dog?
But when you tried to drown.
What?
Yeah. Same one I shot after he wouldn't let me sink her.
What are they talking about? I don't remember seeing this. What are they? They're like referencing something I don't
kid,
think we
Tommy.
saw.
But grudge or no grudge, we gotta get those books back.
Oh, it's,
Shake
okay.
on all
It's
our
something from their past. Okay. I was
See
thinking
knows
that
what.
they're not referencing something we've seen in the game. I was like, no.
When you catch up to Frank, you get those books. And if he doesn't have them on him, you make him tell you where to find them. Ugh. After that, you do what we gotta do.
You do what we gotta do.
Vincenzo's waiting.
Oh, he's a real pinstripe prince over there. Look at him. Real dapper Dan.
Tommy?
Weirdo just standing over there. Yeah, freak.
You gotta keep a lid on this, Tom. Start with Biff, but don't give him nothing. I got you a clean set of wheels. And something special here, if you want it.
Whoa, is that a sawn off? Woo!
When Frank sees a Lapara, you'll know.
Lapara.
The old ways work.
Is this the car, is it?
I didn't see this coming now from Frank.
And now for the latest news. The Navy is today continuing its search for the remains of those brave souls lost aboard the airship USS Akron.
The Akron was destroyed in a
The
violent
Akron.
thunderstorm off
Is that
the
a real
Jersey
thing?
coast
That might be a
Tuesday
real
morning,
thing that happened.
with the loss of
I'm guessing.
73 of 76 aboard. The disaster stands as
Imagine
the worst
that, you're a
aviation
76
accident
people.
on
Ooh.
record. Yesterday, one of the survivors,
I thought it was pointing to
Lieutenant
that
Commander
guy.
Herbert B. Wiley,
Is it there he is?
spoke to members of the press and gave a brief
Like
account
Marcellus
of the
Wallace
tragedy.
encounters Bruce Willis
He
in the
also
middle of the street
spoke
in
of
Pulp
the
Fiction. He's like,
survivors rescued by the
motherfuckers!
German tanker, Phoebus. President
Yeah, I was thinking
Roosevelt
33 is the year
described
that Hitler
the
got
loss
into
of the
power.
Akron as a national disaster and said that he grieved
He got
with
into
the
like
lives
power in
and
like
families of those
33, and then I know he had
lost
to.
and the nation.
There was a night he sort of had to. There was still one other thing he had to take over in like 34. Once in like 34, I know that's once Hitler had like total power in Germany. But piss off. I don't want to hear your guff. Any guff out of you? Temper 2.
Tommy, what's the rumpus?
Heard any big news lately? Something that Don might want to know.
Depends. What's it worth to you?
$20.
How about 40?
All right, spill.
The FBI's in town. They're getting something from Morello, but I don't know what.
How'd you hear?
Little
Had to like
Tony got
check,
some
like you can
guy
hear a
drunk in
fly, and I'm
the
like, I swear that's in the game.
Heard a bunch of stuff, so he's the guy you want to see.
Okay. Thanks.
That's what wanted me to like. I thought I was gonna have to pull out the gun to that guy, but like, I don't know. We'll just give him some money that he asks for. Little Tony, big little T.
Welcome to a WLH Sports Report. There's a sense of anticipation as we await the start of the big game. Our very own Lost Heaven Lancers are out on the road, deep in enemy territory as they take on bitter rivals.
The new colored leagues.
This year's Gold Series is shaping up to be one of the best on record, with both teams matching one another.
This is going to be back when they still had that, like the colored leagues of baseball.
And an early lead in the series, the Lancers have bounced back and
Mighty Joe Young.
their rivals to task. Many of the
Get away from my car.
been dedicated to one man. Lancers pitcher Bunny Smith is one of this year's standout performers. And with this series tied at 3-3, he may well be the key man that brings the Wistman Trophy back to Lost Heaven. But doing so will be no easy task, as standing in his way is opposition captain, Jack Seidel. His son has run in the first of fifth inning of Game 5 turned events in favor of the Empire Bay team. Victory was canceled out by the Lancers.
Oh, it's one of that kind of building. It's obviously not the building, the infamous building, because that's in New York, but it's that style. There's a certain building like that with that sort of weird shape.
Cannon's towering redhead have the final say. WLH 570 Lost Heaven Radio will carry live coverage of the final game of the Gold Series. And
That would be an interesting thing, I think, to add into GTA as a speed limit thing. Just the more reality they can add in, the better. As long as you don't make it too overbearing. Like it's not in this game, it's not overbearing. Doesn't ruin it.
Broadcaster is to serve you. Start your day.
Fuck are you doing? I hate how he like resets his walking. Oh, that's my head in. Like he's only gonna run, like jog around inside. Like what? What? Game 7 of the 1933 Gold Series takes place today. The Lost Heaven Lancers play the Empire Bay Cannons at the Armory, with one team certain to take home the trophy. Well, one of them obviously is. If there's two teams, what did Frankie Goes to Hollywood say? You know, the two tribes go to war. One is all that you can score. After a heroic campaign filled with exhilarating twists, Captain Bunny Smythe will lead his men onto the diamond to play for the Lancers' first series victory in over 2 decades. And yes, I do have to always say it in that sort of old-timey radio voice.
Nah.
It's a requirement.
No, it's not.
It's necessary.
What's this about the guy you drove home who's with the feds?
He came in for a drink, which turned into 10. He's hired muscle for some kind of safe house.
Where?
Oak Hill, corner of Pine. He gave me $10 to drive him back and keep my mouth shut.
Guess $10 wasn't enough to keep your mouth shut, you little
some
traitor.
kind of deal between Morello and the FBI.
Morello.
They were all ready to
Buona noche, Morello.
Why the hell did you
Cameracoche.
tell us? Tom, I did. I came in to see French straight away. He didn't tell the Don?
No, he didn't.
Tom, what's going on?
Yeah, Frank's on a run. Terror Tales. Terror Ales? Oh, yeah. Nothing else I can do here. Nope. Oh, she's a real champagne short skirt. Our Peggy Sue.
We return now to the coverage of Game 7 of the Gold Series. And by the looks of it, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be underway any minute now. The crowd here in the Armory are restless. You can almost taste the tension as we approach this, the deciding game between these two famous rivals.
You can almost taste the tension. In fact, you can with our new tension-branded ales.
In recent years. Of course, this occasion, more than any other, could prove feisty.
If you're on a pension, then drink tension.
That, of course, saw the Lancers win to tie the series, and it's not
The Cubbies win the World Series in Miami?
best current hitter and pitcher, respectively.
If I could go back to the beginning of the season, put some money on the Cubbies.
Of red hair and Lancers star Bunny Smith. Speaking of Smith, he is jogging, I suppose you'd say, between his teammates, issuing last-minute orders. They seem responsive to whatever he's saying. He commands respect from his team, that is for sure. My goodness, there must be some nerves among some of the younger Lancers. Helms, Graves, and Nicholson. Smith seemed to have stepped them up. That's good to see. That's what a good captain does. The Cannons lineup is meandering over to the home team dugout. The Lancers are slowly taking up their position, so we can't...
Wonder if you can get on that, the tram.
Here at the Armory, the home of the Empire Bay Cannons. Stay with us for more.
I love the look of it, eh? It's very good. I'm surprised Grand Theft Auto hasn't tried. I think this is maybe one of the reasons why Grand Theft Auto hasn't gone to this timeline, is because there's people already doing it. Not to say that you can't, because I mean, how many different people did World War II first-person shooter games? But if there was like a 1930s Grand Theft Auto, they would obviously be contrasting it to this. And going, what can you do in GTA 1930s, and what can't you do compared to Mafia? Whereas if you just set it in different times. I don't know how I feel about GTA 6 being in the modern day though, because it's in Vice City. Something about Vice City was that it was that was the 80s, but they did that in the original, but I sort of felt like that was the peak point of Vice City, of Miami. So could be great. I reckon it'll have really good gameplay though, GTA 6. I'm just not sure about the overall story and everything, how it will... but who goes to a Grand Theft Auto game for the story, ultimately? You just want some great gameplay, pretty much.
Looks like the place.
Looks like the place. Oh, some actual houses. Interesting. Oh, you have the computer has... I couldn't just park the car like that? No, we've got to automate that. I don't think that was necessary. Oh, there he is. You dirty bastard. Now, these guys are feds, are they, I'm guessing? Okay, so I can't
Take me
get
to
too
those
close.
account books, Frank.
And we return now to coverage what could be the final play of this game and the series between the Lost Heaven Lancers and the Empire Bay Cannons. A quick reminder that this final inning is being brought to you by Swift Cola. When you need a lift, reach for a Swift. It's not only a taste sensation, it's guaranteed to increase focus, drive, and mental clarity. Pick up a bottle of Swift Cola today. And as we are coming to a close,
Swift Cola. No relation to Taylor.
And Lost Heaven Courier. Both of these teams could be said to be entering golden eras. Each team has a star player at the core with promising youngsters set around them. I refer, of course, to Smith and Seidel. The Cannons have had several such golden periods. The Lancers, it's...
The Bay City Bazookas.
I can see Lancers manager Frankie Hodge proudly...
Bazooka Joe.
Gesticulating. He seems animated, to say the least. Looks like he's putting one of the officials in his place or something or other.
Something or other.
It's quite hard to say for sure. Whatever's going on down there, you can feel the sense of occasion, and you just know.
Are there many cars on the road?
The crowd will be the first.
Is that something? Is that something we modify? I'd like to think I've got all the stuff set to the most maximum of settings. Anti-aliasing. No. Nothing about. Just numbers of pedestrians and cars, wondering if you could increase that at all, you know, play around with it. I don't think I've seen any of these games allow you to change that, but you never know.
It all comes down to the final play.
Some games you'll alter things like that, but these open world crime games normally don't.
Considering the possibility of extra innings. Bunny Smith then
Although probably it might affect the difficulty as well.
Gotta be some kind of meat happening.
Doesn't look nervous or tired after his
Where like you could just set it to low so there's no cars on the road, and for certain missions it's just a lot easier.
He's having a word with the umpire
And then
about
you could change it again later on.
strapping fella. 6'2".
What a strapping fella! He's a dapper Dan!
Win here today, he's going to write himself into the record books. And boy, oh boy, what that would mean to the people of Lost Heaven after such a long time without glory on the diamond. All right, they've sorted out whatever was going on. Here we go then. In for the cannons, it's Paddy Doherty.
In for a penny, in for a pound, as they say.
Doherty's a big man. If he can catch one, it could
Big
run.
Joe Doherty.
Bases loaded, the cannons would have it. Here we go. Doherty facing down Smith. Fastball and strike. The big man thought he had it. Some
The big man,
oh my goodness.
Tim Tallahassee.
He looks a little spooked. He was convinced he had it. His body
He looks a little spooked, and no, that's not a colored joke.
remains cool under
He does seem to be genuinely petrified.
Shit. They're taking you to the airport, Frank.
And that's two. There was zip on that one. Good lord. Seidel is barking something at Doherty, but we have no chance of hearing it as the noise of the crowd reaches fever.
We have no chance of hearing it as it's 1933, and we don't have recording technology that close to the field at this time of year, at this point in history.
Doherty can get behind it. Surely the Cannons will get all their men home and snatch victory. A swing and a miss, and that's the winners. Lancers win. Lancers win. And
The Lancers won that one.
elated smile. He's thrown his cap in the air, as have his teammates. Lancers win the 1933 Gold Series.
A public service radio station for the people of Lost Heaven. This is WLH 570. Big test coming up. Finally got a date with that someone special. A job interview. Each time you need a boost of focus, drive, and determination, look no further than Swift Cola. Proven to increase attention
Swift
and
Cola.
clarity.
Advertising all times of day, all times of night. Because you could drink a Swift Cola day or night.
Christ. They're flying out of state or something. Fuck. This ain't good.
Park your car in a hidden location. What, right here? Oh, yeah. Geez, they have a lot of people there. They are really protective of him. Makes sense, because he's got a lot of important information.
Who are these people? The FBI?
Guy just flashed a badge at me and forced me out. You're some broke son of a bitch.
What?
Airport's close to the public.
Okay. Get the fuck out of my way, lady. Is he trying to come after me? He was. He was like, what's that guy doing over there? And he's watching me. Oh yeah, we can just, you know, you're so super protective, but yeah, we can just climb over here. Hey. Is that a guy at the front door? Is that what that is? That guy's not a cop, is he? Nah. I'm guessing the side door is where I'm going in. Keep your words short and tight with her. She's a real runaround Sue. Who knows what she'll do?
Guess we all want the same thing. Can't say I'm happy.
Informant handover. 12 o'clock. We shut down airport. 1300. Informant and FBI escort leave safe house. 13:15. Informant exchange and taken to hangar 5. We get accounts book after informant handed over. These people. Catch up to Frank on his way to hangar 5.
They told me nothing.
Told me nothing. Nobody tells me nothing. Hang on,
Why'd
reload.
the feds take charge here?
Morello hasn't the honor to even show his face.
For a rat like you? Nah. Get in the car.
So what happens next? Once Morello gives us the books, our accounting guys go through them with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, but
I told
won't
him
Salieri's guys fly the coop before we're done?
That's why we'll round them up. Charges on them that we know won't stick.
They just saw me, eh? Barely, though. Are they coming over? Please don't, please don't, please don't.
Eyes on them.
Fuck sakes.
Taking them down. Try to get around them.
Shit. They're gonna waste me. Oh well, we're going lab. Yeah, fuck. I knew I was gonna stuff that up. Because that shotgun's a shitty weapon to have there. He died. Okay. Let's get back to it. Where have I got to start back? I'm probably at the outside of the airport. I'll be surprised if I'm inside it. Yeah, I'm actually literally right there. Hey, they're gone now as well. Okay. No, just crouch down. Idiot. Are there just Molotovs there? Oh yeah, there's just a stack of those sitting around. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they have those? Oh, grenades. Granata! There's some health right there. Yeah, stuff that stupid bloody sawn off. Stuff that crap. Oh, why would you swap that around, idiot? Oh, okay, so I don't get to shoot. He only swaps that for that. Okay, so I purposely have to keep the stupid gun. Alright. That's annoying. I can only carry 2 guns and they're not even 2 of whatever. Shit, I might have to pick up that body. Come on, move, 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 move. Go. What's it? Oh, I'm just carrying a body. No dramas, no llamas, mate. Ain't nothing but a thing. First time I've actually done that in this game. Haven't really needed to otherwise. The hell? Oh, he's okay. I just didn't see him. I was like, how did that guy just appear there? Oh, I got to them.
Tom.
Frank. The Don sent me.
I figured as much. I'm sorry it had to be you, Tommy.
Sorry it had to be you, Tommy.
Anything you want me to tell him?
I wish it could have shaken out better, but Morello finally came after me. It's okay. You can come out. Morello offered me a simple trade. The Don's account books for our lives.
That's his wife and daughter. Okay.
You hand the books over yet?
I'm not so stupid, Tom. They're safe. Morello is waiting for this. It's a key to a box in the Grand Imperial Bank downtown. I told Morello I'd hand it over after the plane was fueled and ready to go. His men were meant to fetch it before we left.
So why are they like Morello with that? Like the gangsters are here, but the feds are too. Like the opposing gangsters. It doesn't really make sense.
Go on, March. Alice, get aboard.
Frank, you're coming with us.
Not
Is that
right
his
now.
wife's name, March?
Just get buckled
What a
in.
fucking name.
Tommy and I, we have some serious business.
What's your? I'm gonna call my daughter March.
For
What about
Alice.
April? Nah.
For me. Get on the goddamn plane, please.
Get on the goddamn plane. Hey, woman, get on the plane now. Do as you're told. Buena noche. Oye. Get over there. But standing around like a statue. Make like a tree and
You
leaf.
been paid yet?
Yeah.
Now you've been paid twice. You take the ladies wherever they want to go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Tom.
Christ, Frank. Why didn't you ask us for help?
I guess I just wanted out. One way or the other. I'm tired, Tommy. Tired of lying to my wife. Tired of checking under my car every time I take a Sunday drive. And tired of waiting for the dawn to put 2 in my temple.
Why would he do that? If you're his friend, why would he shoot you?
God damn you, Frank.
There's more people that he's let go. Remember I mentioned before he helped that guy Sam who got shot, and we helped him escape from all the cops in that chase. He helped his girlfriend get this girl he was seeing get away. What's the pilot? Just an odd shot on the pilot. I was like, what's he doing? Now he's helped these people escape. So if the people he's working for knew about all of this, then he'd be dead now. Even that girl, he'd get in trouble for that. Because she knew stuff and she was saying some things, but not too much. But he let her go before it got any worse. But the fact that he let this guy go, and he doesn't even know that stuff's actually going to be in there. He's just giving him the key.
Sir.
Where's the safety deposit boxes?
With my colleague downstairs, sir.
Thanks.
Beautiful day, huh?
Uh-huh.
Jeepers.
Keeping out of trouble, I hope.
Why?
Need to access the deposit boxes for Frank Coletti.
Ah, yes, Mr. Angelo?
Yeah.
Mr. Coletti said it might be you who came, and to provide access.
That's weird.
Please, follow me.
That he knew that it would be him. That's a bit odd. Don't know about this. And now I'm in this room. What's going to be in there, eh? Is it going to be what we hope it to be? Meanwhile, there's a funeral going on for
I got
who?
the books and covered my tracks. Salieri never asked any questions. In fact, apart from the funeral, I never heard him talk about Frank again.
The funeral? For who? I don't quite understand. Are they pretending to bury Frank, and does the Mafia leader know that he's not in there? Is that Frank's house, was it? Is this that Morello guy? We've heard about him, but haven't seen him yet.
You're making my boys twitchy, Marco.
Sergio and I just came by to pay respects, that's
so.
all. Known Frank a long time. Almost as long as you. He's a good man.
Smart. Loyal.
Loyal.
Yeah, really loyal? Yeah.
Loyal to his wife. His kid above all else. There must be some kind of honor in that in you.
Maybe. But I'm still looking at this headstone with his little girl's name on it.
What do you mean with his little girl's name on it? What? I don't get that. Like, why are you burying, or you're pretending to bury the daughter or something, or both of them, all of them? I don't get that. Bit strange, visiting rich people. It's a bit of a blunt title. Suburbia, 1933. Time of
Look at these
safety, time of
houses.
security.
Big
Or
yards,
is it?
white picket fences. It's the American dream, eh, Tommy?
I suppose.
Not for you?
No, sir. I like being closer to the business.
Don't let the flower beds and front porches fool you. There's more criminals out here than in the rest of the city combined.
Is that why we're in the neighborhood?
In a way. Merle's got a dirty prosecutor on his payroll named Watkins. Turns out he's old friends with Galati.
The city councilor.
The same. Morello let drop that we might have had something to do with the Galati boy's death. Now Watkins is loaded for bear, trying to do right by his buddy. Word is, he's striking gold with a few witnesses.
Strike a goal with
You
a
have
few
names?
witnesses.
Yeah. But Paulie and Sam are taking care of them. And putting you on a different part of the job. We need whatever Watkins has got on us.
Well, where's he holding?
A safe in his villa.
I'm no safecracker.
Don't worry about that. We're taking you to meet Salvatore. He's fresh off the boat, but he knows how to pop open anything. Just get him into the villa, find the safe, and he'll do the rest.
What kind of rumpus should I expect?
By the way,
Nothing you can't
morning.
handle. Watkins is going to the theater, so the
been a
house
long
should be
day.
empty except for a bit of muscle. The office is on the first floor, and our stoolie says the safe is in the wall. Once Salvatore has the safe open, grab all the evidence and get out.
That him, boss?
Yeah, that's our guy. Salvatore, tutto bene?
Sì, grazie. Don Salieri.
Good
Don
to see
Salieri, balla
You know the
baduce,
job.
balla baduce,
Don't let
balla
me down.
baduce, balla baduce.
Tommy, if you bump into Watkins, don't kill him. It'll just bring down more heat.
You got it, boss.
Buona fortuna, ragazzi.
Tommy Angelo. Piacere di conoscerti.
Meraviglioso.
Da 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 boo, da ba ba da doo, da ba ba da ba ba
Mi
doo.
fa auguri.
Doo ba doo. Yeah, you're really good with Italian, aren't you? Yeah, just simplifying it to a bunch of stupid noises. Oh, here we go. More game I play. We're playing a game.
Parli almeno un po' di italiano? Il capo ti ha detto il piano?
I don't speak Italian.
Eccellente.
These Muppets are just walking out into the road, like with no sort of, if you hit me, it's your fault.
Yeah, the boss
So-
told
no,
me.
Please.
get out of the way.
Understand?
It's
Entriamo
1933.
dal labirinto
Not
senza farci
2024.
sentire né vedere. La cassaforte è dietro un dipinto
What is
al
this guy on
primo
about?
piano. Dammi un po' di tempo e lascia fare tutto a me. Quella cassaforte avrà
No idea what you're
sicuramente
saying, right?
un allarme.
Yeah. This is gonna be a long night for the both of us.
Ah, Cristo santo.
Okay, my turn. Do what I do. Do not get caught.
Sì.
You gotta keep safe.
Safe. Sì. Is my job. Apro cassaforte. Open safe.
Christ. Okay. Radio. Let's listen to the radio.
Eccellente.
Hell of a view up here.
A volte questo paese è stupendo.
Yeah, get out the way, idiot.
Ecco. Entriamo da lì.
Gunfire will raise the alarm.
Wall. Labirinto.
What?
Vedrai.
Oh, a maze.
Sì, un labirinto.
Stay here while I take out the guards.
A quanto pare in America hanno il labirinto.
don't even know if anyone will go near these bodies, but I just want to make sure. Oh shit, there's a guy up there. I'll just drop it right here. This is a dead end, so still not a bad spot. Overall,
Sure wish I could have a night off.
it's weird all you guys are saying the exact same thing. It's like you've all got scripted dialogue. Semi-auto pistol. Nah, it's got like no ammo for it. I hear a dog barking. Oh my god. Shit.
Nice evening for standing around, I guess.
I'm an assassin. Look at me go. I'm like a leaf on the wind. Don't know how well hidden it's going to be. Seems decent. Good hiding spot for buddies. What guns have I got? Shotgun and that. I think I'll keep the shotgun. I prefer the shotgun to the Tommy. It's alright, but Where's this place? What's that over there? What's that red shit? There's another guard there.
Think that's all of them. Salvatore! Where are you? We're clear.
Tommy, I hear.
I hear. You make it a pasta with a sauce. Oh, you just have a sleep, aren't you, mate? Have a little lie down? Little nun-eyes? What's that over there? Oh, shiny! Oh, it's just a light. Oh. Literally shiny, yeah. Look at you getting greedy. Just everything you think you can pick it up and just grab it for yourself and go around and strangle everyone to death. What are you, some sort of thief assassin? Or assassin thief? What's that? Find Salvatore.
Where the hell did he go?
Sono qui, Tommy.
What?
Guy's a pain in the ass.
Vieni con me.
Where the fuck are you going? You're over there, you're there, now you're back again. What the fuck are you doing? Is that him there?
Tommy, I hear.
Yeah, I see you, dickhead. Waving for the whole world to fucking...
C'è un'entrata.
The prosecutor's mansion. His big mansiony mansion, full of mansiony things.
Open. Kick.
What kind of lockpicker are you?
Look for dipinto.
What?
Da Vinci, Caravaggio. Hai capito?
Painting? You're saying it's behind the painting?
Sì, sì.
Okay, I understand.
Non quello.
Guess we got another room to check.
Qui c'è un altro dipinto.
Yeah, check it.
Only wall behind here.
What does that say?
America will not fall into temptation. Prohibition must not be repealed. Do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit. Ephesians 5:18.
Liquor will lead you... Liquor is the water of the devil.
Here, Tommy.
Empire Bay mob boss murdered. Spectacular pictures of vile kingpin's fiery end. Notorious racketeer Tommaso Moretti was killed outside his Empire Bay residence last Thursday afternoon. The sole victim of a car bomb undoubtedly planted by an underworld rival. Bay residents will hope that Moretti's death... will hope that Moretti's death brings... That doesn't make sense. Bay residents will hope that Moretti's death... No, it does make sense. Yeah. Bay residents will hope that Moretti's death brings to an end Why are you criticising correct language, idiot? Bay residents will hope that Moretti's death brings to an end the spate of gang violence that has rocked the city in recent months. Few will mourn his passing. Oh, there's a rifle.
Non quello.
I didn't say to bring that out. Non quello.
Who are you? Man!
I wanted to try Strangler, but didn't want to happen. But it does seem to let me kill her, so what's the problem with me strangling her? But then again, no one seemed to hear the gunshot. So, yeah. Who dares wins. There wasn't a painting in there, was there, to actually check? Was there? There we go. I think he barely moves it. Like, did you properly check behind that?
Nothing again.
Like, you're pretty confident that like the safe's going to be like the majority of the space behind the painting. It could only be little. Behind paintings here, but where? I feel like I've searched all downstairs. It must be upstairs. Here we go. I was thinking it is in this person's office, so it would make sense. Oh, look at that. It's a big old safe. Big old safety safe.
Scusa.
Scusa.
Sure. Show me what you can do.
Put him in seat. Oh.
Shit. Be quick, Salvatore. Pazienza, pazienza. Nice work, scusami.
Oh.
Ed è collegato all'allarme!
What?
Intrappolato!
Doesn't matter. Come on, we need to get out of here.
Did you grab the shit out of the safe?
Vai dietro, dietro!
You opened it up. Did you get the stuff?
They gotta be upstairs. The safe's in his study. Hey, hey!
Or do we take out the guards maybe before we do anything else? Is he the only guy that had made it inside? They're gonna come inside?
Hey, you like this? You're finished. I have attention. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, hit him! Jesus, man.
Salvatore, stay back. I'll deal with him. Shoot him. Light him up. Fire coming down. My pleasure. Gonna reload. Get grounded.
Oh fuck, move, dickhead!
up on his side. I'm on him. Get a better shot.
Got his ass. Got his ass.
Gotcha.
Calling all cars. Reports of gunshots rolling in.
Prende quell'auto. Take the car. Finally, I get your first time.
Forza! Andiamocene!
Escape the mansion. Oh, so did we get the stuff, did we? Steel car, pick lock. Shit, who the fuck is that shooting?
Semina gli sbirri. I know. Whatever you're saying, I know. Police?
Oh, that's just from me crashing around. Oh, okay, so I take damage while I'm inside the vehicle just from the vehicle bouncing around. I'm assuming that's me crashing.
Police?
Why am I taking damage, man? Ah, fuck off. I'm stuffed. Fuck off. Yeah, start again. Just die, dickhead. Just die. Just die. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Yeah, because I don't know, idiot damage seems to keep getting taken for some reason. Like, I don't get damage any other time when you're bouncing around in the car, but then randomly that time I am. Like, I think I'm getting shot, but there's like clearly no one actually nearby that was shooting me. Then there was, but it was like... Should be back to there though.
Semina gli sbirri. I know. Whatever you're saying, I know. Police?
Shit.
Cristo
Fuck me, man.
santissimo!
Piece of shit car.
Porca puttana!
It literally just only wants to go further into crap. Oh my god, get out of it.
Grazie a Dio.
Now you pull out the gun once the cops have left
Where
us.
do I take you now?
Home.
Yeah, we're home.
6 and Maple.
Maple. Six in a maple.
Dai, devo dirti una cosa.
Like, hey, what did I tell you? Don't understand anything you're saying, right?
Hai capito? Ci ho quasi rimesso la pelle in quella villa ed è tutta colpa tua. E impara almeno un po' di italiano per rispetto della nostra patria. È come parlare al mio cane, lo so, ma Cristo, dovevo dirlo. Non farlo mai più. Mai più.
Okay, sure.
They've all got to have like the longest, most eccentric horn. Mine's just like but like everyone else's is like oh yeah, as if it's the bloody movie The Mask.
Good night.
Night.
I thought you wanted me to park in that specific spot. There was like literally a spot there that I had to park in. But no, we'll just stop in the middle of the street. Great deal. 1933.
This is the last of the good stuff, boss.
I know. Some of those bottles I've had for 10 years. But we gotta make payroll. Get it out of here.
Get it out of here.
Load it
Chicago. Well, we're not in Chicago.
Good to see you, boys.
Boss, any word
Same
on the job I
state.
pulled with Salvatore?
It's Chicago, Illinois.
Galati's got nothing on us now.
But it's not
we
Chicago.
Bought some time. At least until the
They
money
want it
runs
to
out.
be.
Don't go selling off the farm yet, boss.
Sam says you worked out an angle.
Yeah, and you're gonna love it. We make a few bucks and knock out a couple of Morello's teeth, too.
Okay, what's the rumpus?
A couple of weeks ago, I'm relaxing in the cigar lounge at the Blue Tropics.
Where?
Some small-time whorehouse. It's just a couple of closets with some mattresses on the floor. It's a gentleman's club. They got a bar and everything. Anyways, one of the Johns is south, and he's kind of the madam. We won't let you down, boss.
Don't make me regret giving you some time out there in the streets with the guys, Carlo.
You don't have to worry about me.
I know I don't. Tommy does that for me.
I'll keep your driver safe, boss.
Buona fortuna, boys.
Sam and Little Bill said to meet him downtown.
Look at that guy's face. Looks like a young Bruce Campbell. Okay. I'm going to call it a wrap there. That's enough for one stream. Let's wait until the end of that mission. And it was like, Jesus, it just puts you straight into another one. It's like, hey, what if I just want to free roam? This game doesn't really like want to... You can free roam around. Like, there is a free roam mode. But, like, it definitely tries to sort of make you just keep going and going. And it's like, hang on, like... Have like an open world. That's why this game is a little bit more probably driver inspired, as they mentioned when I was looking up the original game. Because if we go back to it, we will see. Change the background there, keep it relevant. Okay. Yeah, what was I going to do? Let's look at Mafia on Wikipedia. Wikis. Sam Wiki. Oh, what did they say? This is out of it as well. Next year there's actually another Mafia game called The Old Country, and it's set in Sicily, and it's a prequel to the first game. The game is based in Sicily in the 1900s in the fictional town of San Celeste, which was previously featured in Mafia 2. It is based around the origins of the Mafia. Which you think, like, okay, if it's in the 1900s, so like between, I'm guessing when they're meaning between the year 1900 and before 1910. Because technically, you could say it's all the 1900s, but what they're saying there is, I'm pretty sure, is they're saying like 1900 to 1909. But like, how many cars are going to be around? And like that town, how big is that town? It sounds like almost it'd be a smaller game, but I think it's going to be big. But it's just kind of strange. You might go other places or something. It might expand. I don't know, but like it's definitely maybe it starts there. I don't know if it's all there, but it's an interesting place to do it. Like, just because you think like, well, what technology and stuff is there? Like, you know, Sicily's like, especially back then, it's not like it's a hustling, bustling. Like, it's got does it have tons of cars and stuff? And you know. How many cars, let's actually look this up. How many cars were in Sicily in the early 1900s? Does it have an answer for that? Dire poverty. Life in southern Italy, including the islands of Sicily and Sardinia, offered landless peasants little more than hardship, exploitation and violence. Even the soil was poor, yielding little, while malnutrition and disease were widespread.
the Targa Florio. Started in the sun-kissed Sicilian mountains in 1906. I bet you that car race probably happens in that, eh? You guarantee it. So it's interesting that, like, that's where it's all poor and everything. And that's why lots of people, like, came over to America, and that's how there were lots of Italians and people and so forth over there, like the Godfather, you know, sort of thing. But, like, what are you going to be able to do in Sicily, you know? But apparently it's going to be a big proper game. It's like, if it was a little side-quill game or a smaller spin-off like a DLC, I'd get it. I'd go, okay, yeah, you add that on. But they've really invested in this, so it's interesting. When did Mafia 3 come out? 2016. So it was 2002, 2010. There was like an 8-year gap between the first and the second. But then there's Mafia 3 is 2016, so that was only 6 years. But then now the fourth one is coming out in 2025, so was that a 9-year gap? Interesting. And they've made it a prequel, so they've gone actually backwards. Because the thing is, as well, is that they don't have much. They could have only really done the 70s and 80s, which I think you could still do. Like, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, as I mentioned earlier, that had a thing about the 80s, obviously, but it was very specifically the 80s in Vice City, but a lot of it was very, it was tapping into a lot of 80s stuff, but in a certain way, so you could do it elsewhere, but Vice City is probably the most, like, Miami crime in the 80s is probably the most prominent, you know, sort of showy, flashy one. With the kind of what they're getting into in that, because the Mafia side of things was starting to get picked off in the 80s, which could be its own interesting thing, you know, like the downfall of the Mafia. Like, do that as a video game, you know, like here's actually here's where it's sort of the Red Dead Redemption, the end of it type of thing, you know, like the end of the Mafia, the way Red Dead Redemption 1 was sort of the end of the Wild West, which they sort of tried to make Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. But if anything, actually, Red Dead Redemption, they sort of said that originally with Red Dead Redemption 1, that it was kind of the end of the Wild West, but it takes place in, like, 1911. So it's like, yeah, the Wild West is actually done. Like, it's really just sort of people living in that time, and it's still kind of Wild Westy, but it's not really the Wild West at all. And even Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a prequel, it takes place in, I think, like, 1899 or some shit, or 1900. Like, it's right at the very end of that. So even that's actually after the Wild West, because I think the Wild West is only meant to be like the 1860s to 1880s, or a little chunk of time around then. Maybe even only one of those decades. Like, but 1860s to 1880s, what they call the Wild West. Yeah, like, let's look that up actually as well. What years are defined as the Wild West? Yeah, see, I'm pretty much right. The period of the Wild West was between the years 1865 and 1895. Only 30 years. Because it's sort of always thought of as this bigger thing, but what they're talking about there with all the Wild West and all that stuff is that timeline. Because it was only in, like, 1835 or something, I think, when, like, Samuel Colt basically made the first sort of widespread revolver. You know, where you could just load, like, 5 or 6 bullets into it and go bam, chick, bam, chick, bam, chick, bam, you know, like the way cowboy gunslinger kind of stuff. So, and there, what were the prime years of the Wild West? Yeah, and see, definitely in the 10-year span between 1870 and 1880, that's the classical period of the Wild West. It was during these years when the James Gang had their run, when Custer's Last Stand went down, when John Wesley Hardin and Wild Bill Hickok were in their prime. Yeah. What ended the Wild West era? Cowboys played an essential role in the ranching industry by driving cattle across the open range in the mid-19th century, but the invention of barbed wire fencing, the increased privatisation of land, and the growth of the railroad brought an end to the cowboys' way of life. Was Australia like the Wild West? This area for Australia was very similar in nature to the Wild West in the United States, and it produced many notorious outlaws such as Ben Hall, Dan Morgan, the Clark brothers, Blue Cap, Captain Thunderbolt, and the most famous of them all, Ned Kelly. Captain Thunderbolt's quite a name. What do cowboys call? What do Australians call cowboys? Jackaroo and Jillaroo. Oh yeah. Jillaroo. It should be. I'm surprised it's some Australian movie about some strong female woman character called Jillaroo. You know, and they're like, yeah, she was the female. Oh, we're going to tell her story. Not to say that you can't do that, but just, you know, the politicised, we've got to make sure we have a strong female, you know, all that sort of shit. But yeah, it's only a certain sort of period of time, basically. And so the 1980s are kind of that end, you know, winding down the end of for the Mafia and the way that they were. Not that they are still around, but they're not like they were. They had to sort of change
changed tactics and so on. Because the FBI just basically started hammering down on them hard. Like that's when the end of if you've seen the movie Goodfellas, that's when they get caught basically, and that's in the 80s. But back in the sort of 60s to 70s is more like when they're in their prime. And so at least for the characters in that movie. But even the mob in New York, like it was sort of still all flourishing before then. But the Goodfellas people in that movie, that was when they were kind of in their prime, the main characters. Because I think like the main character, Henry Hill, he's like a kid in the 50s. But then he's obviously a bit older in the 60s and then the 70s especially. I think the 70s especially is when they're really at their Mount Everest sort of peak. And then it comes down because they get more and more into drugs and stuff. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see that, like a 1980s Mafia one where they're all sort of like, it's starting to fall apart and, you know, follow some characters maybe trying to get out of it. But, Red Dead Redemption type of thing, but in the 1980s Mafia world. That would be an interesting way to go. So Sicily's the way to go, like do a prequel thing, but after that it's like, well, what else can you do? Because if you're doing 1900 to 1909, the 1900s, that first decade of the 20th century, you've still got the 10s, but that's when World War One happens. You could still technically do something then, but how different is it? It just depends on more where it is, probably more so, that determines the difference. And then, because it's not like the technology back home is necessarily that crazily different from in the 1900s to the 1910s. It's just the fact that you've got events like World War One going on from 1914 to 1918. And then there's the 1920s, and it's like, yeah, but the 1920s, how different is that to the 1930s? You know what I mean? It's not that crazily different. There's actually a lot of similar, like you could still have Tommy gun stuff in the 1920s. So now it just becomes like the first Mafia game, the one that we were playing. So this game, this old country game, is kind of taking the remaining, I feel, area that this Mafia series game could do, because they've definitely tried to sort of niche out a certain sort of first part of the 20th century, the way GTA has sort of been doing the second half of it and the beginning of the 21st century, when it's been set in certain time periods. So, and GTA 5 was just set basically kind of when it came out. It wasn't like really set in a specific year. It was just set when it came out. They weren't trying to be time specific. And same with 4. GTA 4 was just set kind of when it came out. It wasn't like really set in a kind of, a earlier time. And then, what was I going to say? And same with GTA 6. That's what I was thinking of. That seems to just be set in the modern day. Yeah, that's going to be a 2020s. It's going to be set in the early, sort of in the early mid 2020s. But that game's taken a long time to make. So there's also like how they've thought of the world at the time that they've started constructing that game, and then the world keeps moving forward. So it's like, well, does the world still reflect the modern thing of that game, or is that game actually now going to be more of a time period game because it took so long to make? And it's like, oh yeah, it's more like the late 2010s or some shit, and they're going on about certain things that have now been and gone. Jokes that they might be trying to make, like Donald Trump adjacent jokes or woke things or something, like stuff that's like, oh, it's still going on, but like we're moving into another phase. It's like you're sort of at the beginning of that, because when this game started getting made, it was back in 2010, 2015 or 14 or 16 or whatever. And so Mafia, they've got the first half of the 20th century, and this kind of feels like the last area that they can really niche out like a unique angle. Because if you go earlier than this, you're now getting into Red Dead Redemption time. Now it's a cowboy game, basically. Obviously, it depends where you set it, but in terms of the technology and what's going on, you're kind of still adjacent and tapping into that. So it's not as unique. So this is probably one of the last areas they can maybe get something unique of some sort. So, because you think, like, well, I doubt there'd be really much machine gun stuff in this, obviously, because they're not quite around yet. So there'd be a lot of, like, handgun, revolver, bolt action, shotgun type of stuff, gunplay. Like, there'll be some machine gun stuff at some point. I'm sure they'll figure out how to add that in there somewhere, but it'll be like certain type of machine gun, like a bigger thing, and older. So it might be like a machine gun or something. You won't be running around with submachine guns necessarily. But
if they're being realistic, which they seem to try to be in these, like in terms of what's in the time period that they're set it in. So after that, it's like I think the 1980s. If they did the 1980s like fall of the mob, that sort of the New York mob sort of coming down, good. I think that'd be something they could do there. But then other than that, that's sort of it for Mafia. Like, without them now not that you are not allowed to do other things, but it's just that idea of like, well, now that you're going and doing something that's like this, it's obviously quite comparative to to Vice City or San Andreas or something or other. Same with GTA. If they went and did a 1930s GTA, you just think, oh, that's like that Mafia video game. So, interesting. But I was going to look up Mafia for something else originally. 2002, not the year, I know that. What was the thing I was going to look up? I feel like there was something else I was going to look at about this first game before I got off. Oh, what the hell was it? 51 cars can be driven around, plus 19 bonus cars, 5 of which are racing models. In the beginning of the game, early 1920s models drive on the streets, while models from the early 1930s begin appearing in later game stages. I thought so. I thought that some vehicles started to show up, like as more vehicles as time went on. Was right. I've forgotten what I was going to look up about it. Oh, Driver. That's right. They were making some reference about Driver somewhere. That's right. I think, development. Yeah. The game had been in development since the end of 1998. It was codenamed Gangster and was originally intended to be a driving game similar to Driver. Multiplayer modes were also planned and announced during development, were eventually cut in the final release. The release date was scheduled for 2000. Illusion Softworks initially utilized the engine used in Hidden and Dangerous, but was replaced by the LS3D, as the previous engine did not fulfill the developer's requirements. I played those games, Hidden and Dangerous. First one was alright, it was decent, but like the second one was pretty good. First one was okay, but like the second one was really good. I feel like the first one had some drama with it. Average. Well, the minor bugs and graphic shortcomings keep this game from being a classic talent presenting a solid game with enough missions, options, and surprises to keep you coming back for more. Interesting that they tried to use the engine for that game and then it didn't work out. They never did a Hidden and Dangerous 3, but I loved this game, Hidden and Dangerous 2, back in the day when this came out. I never had the expansion pack though, but I liked it. It could be an annoying game, sort of like a bit thing, but like I liked it. Minor flaws have to be put into perspective against the sheer quality and quantity on offer. Really good game, but also complained about the dubious tradition of bugs and criticised the same pesky bugs and problematic AI as the original. One of the finest World War II games of recent memory. I actually have Hidden and Dangerous 2. I should give that a shot. Though the campaign is long, you could pack all of the action into a container half of the size of the Max Payne 2 quest. Yeah, like there isn't the craziest amount of action in it, if I'm being honest. But anyway, that's a different time, different thing. And so that brings our stream to a close, boys and girls. Okay. Yeah, so if you've watched, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you watch later on, please like it and subscribe if you want to. If not, don't, and do what you want. But thank you for watching anyway. Thank you for being there, interacting, and at least having a look. So I will leave you guys until next time. Catch you later.